So, our guy starts off ranting about this absolute trash tier game. Zero fun, just insane difficulty. It's called Tower of Trials VR Edition. When it dropped, tons of sweaty Korean gamers logged in to crush it. You know the type speedrunners, desperate for that world first, clear. They grinded non-stop for over a year, skipping meals and naps. Now, they're total zombies, looking like Gollum chasing a ring. Fast forward 3 years, and everyone raged, game over. They claimed a tower was broken. Like, actually unbeatable. There's a god mode boss, plus, you freeze to death in an hour. It's an Ice Age nightmare with a 10,000-kilometer maze. Playing isn't gaming, it's straight up torture, for no. So naturally, everyone bailed, and the player base tanked hard. Devs were nearly broke. But despite the dead servers, some absolute maniacs, pros refused to log off. Our main dude is one of those weirdos. Suddenly, a pop-up appears. He beat floor 50, first player ever to clear the whole tower. Meet Jin-Hyu. He finally beat the final boss. Took him 11 years of his life. That's some serious dedication. Unlike the Gollum guys, he actually ate. But he's salty now. He forgot to stream the win live, so he preps the replay for the web. Game system says thanks for playing, and teases a huge update. Reboot incoming in 12 hours. Devs want him to stick around. Jin-Hyuk's confused. How do these broke devs afford a patch? Whatever, he's quitting the streamer life anyway. Dude is nearly 30 and makes like $500 a month. His room is a mess for monitors and trash everywhere. Folks told him to go pro in fighting, but no. Cash rules everything. He starts a broke boy mukbang stream. Check out the chat usernames though. Trolls are spamming about chicken. He gets serious real quick. Yo, chat, big news coming. Then he gets distracted by the comments. He chickens out on the I'm quitting speech instantly. Saves it for tomorrow. Down 3 bottles of booze instead. Rice, wine, baby. Cheers to the grain. Glug glug. Forget sleep. He uploads his epic game clearing footage. On YouTube, the tower suddenly became real life. 331,000 viewers watch his stream. It spawned globally. Looks exactly like the game assets. Suddenly, blue screens everywhere. Update complete. Version 1 live. Clear the floor or else. You got 90 days? Fail. And humanity gets deleted. Panico mode on. But our boy grinded this for 11 years. It's showtime. He grabs his jacket and bolts. Speed running down the stairs. He knows where the loot is. Downtown is total chaos. Everyone's screaming about the tower. It went global, so nowhere to run. Totally trapped. He hits the subway mall. Packed tons of folks. Likely gamers who know the meta. That's why they're acting, sketch. Suddenly, some creep rolls up on Jin. It's that big streamer. 500,000 subs. He wants to leech off our hero. Fishing for intel on his progress. Calls them pals. But his agency scammed streamers into signing slave deals? Total ripoff. Because of that junk, MC's buddies quit streaming. Guy acts all buddy, hyping him up. Bam! McHeadbutts him. Face smash. Blood and tears flow. We're savage now. Ice cold. Then, lights flash. The mangrove of greed pops up. Big tree, tasty fruit. Eating M boosts your stats. Only for fruits for over 7 people. Oh, let the battle royale begin. Everyone goes. Totally. Nuts for loot. Hair pulling. Slaps. Toothless dude on the floor whines. If we teamed up, we'd win. MC tells him to zip it. Not the right time. Bro. The mob grabs the fruits and wolfs them down. Big mistake. The more they eat, the deadlier it gets. Hardcore gamers like our MC are ready to enjoy this twisted show. Suddenly, the tree wakes up and starts whipping folks. They snap out of the trance. MC died 50 times on this level before. Everyone's toothless guy is already bolting. Mick calls him back, teasing. Real loot drops. Only if you eat all the fruits. The guy on the ground asks how. MC says, flank it from both sides. Distract it so I can hit the core. They start sprinting, but the dude stops and doubles back. Thinking he's slick. Idiot, I ain't following you. Jokes on him. Mick planned that. Dude is total bait. SMACK. Tree hits him. Mick charges in. Super confident. He climbs the tree, dodging whips like a ninja. Corp. Exposed. Meanwhile, our hero grabs a branch, saying, this is an event, boss. So, no XP gain? Just Hall of Fame glory. The mangrove uses vines. Even though our boy is a typical gaming addict, glued to the screen, he can't dodge every single hit, but he can block some and sidestep others. He uses that ripped branch to parry. Cool and calm. Smiling with style. Then, a weird noise buzzes. Sleep butterflies. Blue bugs. Dusting. Sleep powder. A nightmare for night owls. But for our gamer, piece of cake. He holds his breath and dives in. Finally, cracks the core. Systems like, yo, you're the first, to clap the mangrove of greed. All that nerd research totally paid off. Screet says he's hitting the Hall of Fame. Enter name. Nope. Our boy decides to stay low-key. Goes confidential mode. Can't let the plebs know this. System insists on a tag, so he types unknown. Classic. To keep it 100% anon. He blurs his face and tunes his voice. Now the loot. He sticks a hand in the tree and you'll presto, pulls out a biloa fruit. That's the tree's pure essence. Usually gives trash stats, but this orb, it's built different. Drops 12 attribute points. A dev hack nobody knew about. MC ain't dumb. He munches it. Flash of light level 1. But with 12 points, he's the wildest level 1 alive. An hour later, vid hits the tube. 10 minutes on the clock. Sneaky genius filmed it all. Before the upload even finished, chat went nuclear. Hater spamming fake. In the comments, then the video played and the haters got real quiet, real fast. They vanished. Meanwhile, on his main account, DMS blowing up with sponsors waving cash in his face. MC is shook. He used to live on hard mode. You know, always late on, rent, surviving on cheap junk food. Yesterday, he would have signed that deal in a heartbeat. But today, nah. No way he's sharing the meta now. Information monopoly is the new game plan. Gatekeep everything. Checks his phone. Next stop. National Museum of Korea. Speedrun time. The tower has artifacts. But here's the trick. The museum has replicas that act like loot boxers. Now every noob and pro is going to sprint there to loot, and even the top rankers. MC isn't going to miss out. Let's go. Pulls up to the museum and face to face. With a crispy corpse. Jinhook realizes he's not the first. People got smart, fast. They're hunting one specific drop. The map of the Eastern Land, not a regular map. It's magical. Shows, tower secrets, and dungeon spots. Basically, a cheat sheet. That's why the lobby is going feral. It's a battle royale inside. Dudes deleting each other. Pure chaos, until some beefcake yells, "Nobody move." Just a buff dude trying to flex. Move, and you're toast. The mob freezes, knowing they're completely outmatched. Suddenly, buff guy goes gorilla mode, literally clapping. Sprouted iron hands, the crowd is absolutely rips his shirt to show off the tat. Starts yapping with that I'm the main character vibe. Claims the map, until an old man steps up. Wait, where'd our MC go? Ghosted. Anyway, Gramps tells Musclehead, "I'm gonna stop you right there." Dude asks if Gramps is nuts, but he claims his name stands for pure vibes, meaning live fast, love hard. But Mr. Angry vows to totally wreck him. Says he'll wring the old guy's neck like a rubber chicken. Gramps just glares, asking if he prefers a snapped neck or getting roasted extra crispy. Now it clicks why that one dude was toast earlier. Gramps fried him. He lobs a fireball straight up, turning the guy into instant BBQ charcoal. Wonder how long our MC will play dumb before crashing the party. He asks if Yuri snagged the loot, then that creepy lady summons a massive Egyptian doggo. This 3-meter beast with spikes pops out. It snarls at the crowd, scaring the living daylights out of everyone. They drop their gear and quit. But wait, look who finally decides to show up. Our boy slides in like a shadow, hands in pockets, looking totally chill. "You guys made a huge mess," he says, "but hey, this map survived." The lady in back smirks, thinking he's just talking smack. She asks if he thinks this is a game, then sicks her dog on G. The monster roars and thrusts a spear. But our MC, totally strongest level 1 ever. He smacks the beast down in a single hit. It didn't even get back up. The crowd is shook that his hand is still fine. After he wrecked the monster, the lady opens her bag for round 2. She pulls out 4 more statues. The Anubis squad is coming online. Jinhyuk fakes a wow face while she fumes with her gang of dogs. Yuri's got skills, controlling 5 bots with low mana. Not bad. Her and Gramps are mid-tier, but against they're toast. He taunts the dogs, then spikes the artifact he grabbed earlier. Plot twist, it wasn't the map, but a tiger drawing. He tosses it down. He pumps mana into it, and boom, the whole place starts glowing bright. The mountain ruler, Pine Tiger, manifests. A literal giant steps out. The dogs tried to jump him, but it wasn't even a fight. Total wipeout. The tiger shredded them into scrap. The lady fainted before it even touched her. Jinhyuk flashes a grin. "Come here," he says. She's confused, asking why. Duh. He wants her hidden loot. Specifically, that Tutankhamun mask. Second, artifact secured. He leaves the tiger to guard the entrance. No stalkers allowed. He heads up to grab the tower's ultimate skill. Up top, Fireball Gramps is sweating bullets after seeing Yuri fail. Jinhyuk notes the barrier is rank 1. Gramps claims nothing gets through. RMC inspects it. There is a way to smash it, but there's a catch. Someone needs to spam fire magic on it non-stop to weaken the shield. While it weakens, he'll slip inside and snag the relics. Gramps doubts it. "No way that works," he says. But Jinhyuk is smooth with the talk. He convinces the old guy to do the heavy lifting in exchange for the map. Deal sealed. Gramps starts blasting while Jinhyuk gets ready. Then our hero hops inside, flashing that classic mischievous smirk. He leaves the hard work to the geezer and goes for the prize. Smart move, right? Using the enemy to break their own security system. And just like that, he dives in to claim the strongest ability. He's grinning cause the loot is everywhere. But oh, one item's AWA, swiped by some rondo, nobody knows. That dude snagged the sword. But hey, MC found, A, blinged out coin necklace. Final puzzle piece for, the ultimate cheat code. Mixing that Persian mold, and King Tutsai. Boom! Instant chemical reaction. Toss in the last bit, and kaboom. Fusion complete. Jinhoo's now rocking the SSTRI of truth. He can peep stats and catch liars. Red, limited to 3 uses daily. But hold up, there's Sengo quotes. ES Marjuice, time for a secret mission. Since he hit the Perex Jinhoo, just unlocked, overlink fusion plus world memory. Hacks engaged. This OPS skill lets him copy innate abilities. After doing quests, then yeets them into storage. In the memory bank, the real cheat starts. Merging, skills to make god tier powers. But if copying, goes overboard, rules change. Meanwhile, GRAMPS is spamming fire at a wall, barely alive. MC checks him out to see the copy unlock quest. Screen says, dude's hiding his true feelings. Goal make him snap. Jinhoo goes, bro, totally pointless. Gramps is super confused. But joke's on him, all that effort was wasted. Key was just speaking Latin, like Mick did earlier. Our guy's a troll. Let Gramps waste all his mana. For zilch. Then burns the map just to trigger him. Don't need this. Gramps just watches. Helpless. Boom. Rage mode activated. Copy condition met. He snags the fireball skill. Gramps attacks. But MC casts a way bigger fireball. Total flex. Showing who's later, for pros show up, at the museum. MC's lurking there too. Trying to race. Nah, he's the OP level 1, looting top tier gear. And he didn't stop there. He bullied Gramps, said I'll call you, and told him and Dog Girl to level up. Basically, drafted 2 clueless minions. Still got ways, to go to catch 'em all. Since MC is solo, and can't use shadow clones, we gotta pick, only the meta skills. But first, food. Starving. Bellies growling. Chowing down wild folks, watch the news in shock. Report says 20-3, dead. 50 hurt at the museum. Numbers rising, fast. And it's not just Korea, it's global. TV's blasting the museum cam footage, showing just our blurred face hero. Totally owning that. Doglady and the tiger. Wait, isn't that the same dude from the mangrove swamp? No one can wrap their heads around him being back there grubbing. Seriously though, we need a better disguise. Or Jinhoo is toast. Also, word is the government's currently probing the tower, and the Hyped Awakening Association just got launched. Let's get the deets straight from the associations. Bossman, Mr. Serious Face starts yapping about rounding up the awakened, promising a salary of at least 60 million, when a year Google Math says that's over $43 million. Plus, a sweet rank 7 government gig. And obviously, this is specifically for that viral video guy. If he signs on, Lita, they promise the Gov will back him with full support. And whatever he wants, but no matter the perks, our slick hero has 0 plans to join. In this world, pros have strength equal to over 100 normie hunters. Our genius knows this, which is why they're offering the moon just to bait him. But our trickster, nope, he's plotting to copy their skills instead. Since it's 7 o'clock, the Tower of Trials is open for business. Tons of folks mob the gate, waiting to get in. Our boys smack in the middle until they start dropping 100 gold coins on everyone. Plus, players can stream to earn 100 gold for every 10,000 views. In short, the tower is basically running its own YouTube. But hey, there are fees depending on the player, and if anyone tries to game the SYSTEM, let's just say a skull icon isn't good news. When the alerts stop, everyone stamps inside. Our schemer stands there, already, plotting a move nobody else would dare. See, back in the day, the crazy ones got stuck on one of the 30 floors. After failing hard, our hero rage deleted his account and started all over. But yo, the key to winning is hidden in this first labyrinth, known for brain-melting paths and tons of traps. Wreck people until they rage quit. We don't know anyone squat, so let's roll. We pop the door, and it's exactly like the game. Dude even paused to watch a glowing butterfly float by. Suddenly, a smiling trio shows up. Sus vibes immediate. Total psychos, right? 10 minutes ago, these creeps were tailing our boy at the labyrinth entrance. The chick gave the signal to enter together, thinking he's an easy mark. I mean, if a level 1 noob is going in, how hard can it be? Folks are already itching to backstab him. Just NPCs acting like NPCs. We know how that ends. Anyway, moving on. The smiling squad invites our hero to explore the maze. Together, he ain't dumb though, pops the eye of truth to scope the girl's stats. Whoa, she's got a cool skill called communion, which forces friendship on anyone, even strangers. Think Jin-hyuk will. One of them spells trouble. And the rule to copy this skill, gotta cooperate with her for 240 hours. 10 days plus. Big catch though, after that marathon, they're glued to her. No way out. Forced to join the cringy smiling trio. Everyone starts introing, faking smiles, and naturally, the MC's grinning cause he has to, but honestly, don't memorize their names. They're totally gonna snake us. Miss Curious grabs his arm, asking how high he climbed. Park Hannah pops her skill. He told her to beat it, knowing exactly what she's plotting. Instead of flexing his clear record, he plays dumb. Went as far as I could. Vague mutt? She won't quit though. Failed her check but still nagging. For first floor intel. Joke's on her, the maze shifts. Right on cue. Walls start shaking. Earthquake mode activated. Debris flying. People sprinting. Nearly eating rocks. Jin-hyuk's chillin' while the trio panics. Plot twist. Skills are useless here. Can't find the exit. We're trapped. All, cause they dumbly followed the MC, expecting a walk in the park. Nah. NPCs start whining. Blaming him for the danger. MC's like, did I send you an invite? You tagged along. Screw off. Then the real trouble chases. The MCM monster crashes the pity party. Starts chucking axes at the weirdos. Down goes one guy. Took a hit to the side. Their screwed fight's on. Minotaur's enraged. Sends a dude to the grave. Panic time. Crowd is terrified. But MC, built different. He dives in. Dodging axes, swish system, screen pops up. Obtained, ... Secret rift, attribute. The deal, it shrinks the power gap when fighting beasts like Mr. Cow. But if the enemy's weak, it backfires. Whatever. Back to the beat. MC grabs the horn and slams the beast. Total power move. Jin-hyuk loves this strat. Learned it after getting wrecked by the Minotaur in-game. The trick is literally just dodging to stack that rift buff. Easy since he memorized. Every attack pattern turns into a chase. But the ... Minotaur is hitting nothing but air. The extras are shook, realizing they messed with a pro. Beast won't quit though. Attacks Jin-hyuk, who stays calm, buffing up. Wait, the extras are bailing. Jin-hyuk pops up behind M. Going somewhere. Silence, cause right behind him is the angry beef. With an axe, they freeze, trying to shove each other. Minotaur's right there. Not so helpless now. Jin-hyuk mocks M. Why freeze? Should have dodged. Just then, the maze wall slams shut. He waves by two. The beast, as the wall separates them, of the smiling trio, only MC. The chick and the chicken are freaking out, asking if that beast is plotting round 2. MC keeps it cool, explaining the Minotaur is basically addicted to that moth dust. Turns out those pretty butterflies were moths. And since our boy poked them, Big Cow Guy is en route. The girl asks, bro, why are you even doing this? Duh, for the stat boosts. Gaw gets wall, so he tells them to chill, cause boss beef is incoming. They ask for an ETA on leaving, but joke's on the mitts. A month-long camping trip. Their hope just straight up died. Yep, 30 days of playing tag with a Minotaur. Survival odds. Low-key, terrible. Since the beast only wants a piece of the MC, the group has a genius idea to dip, but Jin-hyuk isn't dumb. He hits them with the, it's dangerous to go alone speech. Leaving now? Big mistake. Who knows what other creepy crawlies are out there that terrified them enough to fold. They agree to stick with him. But weight getting, carried by Jin-hyuk, isn't free. Gotta pay the toll. He demands all their coin. Oh, how the tables have turned on these scammers. Meanwhile, some random dude is slaying a goblin in a viral clip from the systems tube. Trending hard with over 1 million views. Guy is hyped about the cash flow. But there's a snag. Video claims he soloed the raid in 15 hours. Reality check. He had a squad and edited him out. Total fraud alert. But then, a comment from Bald Human pops up roasting him. Asking if it's the lost Saitama, claiming he knows a guy who did it in 5 hours. Except for the dude who one-shotted it. Just as the faker starts whining about haters, a new vid hits the Hall of Fame, knocking his trash content down. It's none other than our MC flexin' as the world's first to snag a +10 item. Back in the maze, Jin-hyuk orders the noobs to fetch wood and moss. While they work, he hits the shop, buys tarot cards, a wheel chunk, and parchment. Sounds random, but trust the process. It's all about how you use the junk. He combines an old key with the card and wheel to craft a Roman luck goddess wheel. It is incomplete but still an STR cheat code. Boosts luck for 10 minutes. One-time use only, Jin-hyuk pops it immediately. Max luck engaged. He summons all those cheap scrolls with a 0.000012% success rate. But with the buff, 100% success. Baby, he takes a dusty dagger. 2. Max refinement. Plus, he bags 5,000 gold for being the first in Korea. 0.00012% chance. But now it is a sure thing. Maxed out that old dagger easily. Also snagged 5,000 gold coins. Somebody get this? Legend a trophy. Seriously, he earned it. Fast forward to day 10 of this nightmare. The 3 losers are by the fire on moss beds, munching on gross mushrooms. While Jinhook snoozes, Yuri realizes they have been running non-stop for 10 days straight while the MC barely broke a sweat. They check the chat screens, getting roasted by anonymous viewers. But real talk, her guild is 3 weeks out. That is 3 more weeks of dodging the min. The scaredy cat snaps, eyeing the sleeping MC with some dark thoughts. He is thinking about offing the guy. Talk about a death wish. After hiding for 3 weeks, this dude grabs a rock to smash him. But Yuri blocks the vibe check. She's cooked up a way nastier plan. She whips out this venomous stinger crossbow. If you're gonna unalive someone, do it with style. Guess where the poison goes? Right in the MC's dinner. We're talking gourmet mushrooms and rat bone kebabs. They chow down, but oops, the sneak gets wrecked. Dude ate the spicy death sauce because our MC is in a total noob. He swapped the plates when they weren't looking. Jinhook stands up like secret streaming is cheating. Yuri acts all sus, pretending she doesn't know, but the chat is panicking hard. The MC drops facts. The live stream only works in the boss room. So, he reports them to the admins. Now Yuri is surrounded by bad vibes. Talk about a massive cell phone. The viewers bailed fast, getting slapped with a 1-month ban. And to do it again, and you're perma-banned. Notice harsh. Then the Minotaur rushes the girl. She basically waits, herself hiding behind the MC. He asks where she's going, sarcastically asking, "Weren't you poisoning me? Why save you?" But hey, the quest conditions to steal her skill are finally met. 240 hours, and just the 2 of them. Skill code. Jinhook's done with her. Yuri tries to yep, but the Minotaur swings his axe at both of them. The protagonist leaps up, daggers out, and lands right on the beast's horn, slicing the neck. On the way down, he dodges the counter, but the fireballs don't do much. He falls back because the boss just went full berserker mode, stats buffed by 30%, looking like a crazed Hulk on green fire. Oh, and the cow can talk now. MC readies his blade and taunts him. Bring it on, beefcake. It's axe versus dagger, but Jinhook comes out on top while remembering he died here tons of times. But this time, his rift stats are they brawl until the boss's timer dies. 5 minutes are up, buff gone. The protagonist turns his back to check his notifications. 57 rift points already. That's level 19. Powerwa, he's technically level 1. And we still have 20 more days to toy with this cow. Time skip. Jinhook was still farming the angry Minotaur, chillin' while his stats went burr. The poor boss just wants to pack his bags and quit. But today is the grand finale. One punch knocks the Minotaur out cold. Is the boss getting nerfed, or is our boy just too OP? Anyway, rest in peace. Horn 1. Jinhook glances aside. We're down to the last survivor of the trio. Let's call her the intern. From now on, you'll see why. MC walks up and says he's hiring her for his pro gaming guild. Yuri gets super desperate, begging to join the squad immediately. But since she's basically a newbie, he's grilling the newbie, asking, "So, what exactly do you bring to the table?" She tries to flex her communion skill, but Awkward's already got that one. So she pivots to the classic, "I swear I'll never stab you in the back" speech. He keeps the pressure on until she cracks, sobbing that she hand over the Brayan ring. Turns out her sketchy boss made a Bakali deal with a Chinese guild to prove a point. Jinhook's brain lights up. The Brayan ring is his tier loot for the first floor. We're talking massive buffs to movement speed and magic resistance. Plus, it shuts down monster spells. He hits her with the Eye of Truth. Ding ding, she's honest. "Congrats," he says with a smirk. "You're hired. Welcome to the internship from hell." Just a tiny detail. The pay is 0. Oh, and you're on call 24/7. If he pings you at 3 in the morning, you better answer. Asleep? Don't care. Drag yourself out of bed and get here. Zombie walking is fine. Just show up. But first, we need to sign a little contract. Our boy starts mixing his communion skill with some spicy fire elements, resulting in the soul mark ability. You can probably guess where this is going. He gives her that welcome aboard smile, but it's looking totally sus right now. Forget pen and paper. This contract gets branded straight onto your soul. System alert pops up. Mark applied to target. It's pretty hardcore. Absolute obedience is mandatory. If the target tries to act slick or rebel, they spontaneously meet our first valued teammate. Jinhook clears the maze and walks out. The intern is sobbing, happy tears to be alive. They each bag 5,000 gold coins for the clear. Easy money, right? But then he turns around like, yeah, hand your share over to me. Yoink, now he's sitting on 10,000 gold. Oh, and about that ring delivery? She had 3 days, but she went that it was too tight. Bad move, girl. Cool, 2 days then, he says. The soul mark sizzles. So she agrees instantly. Back in the city, the jumbo screens are hyping up some breaking news. The top guild in Korea is gearing up to raid the boss on the 3rd floor. Jin-hook rolls his eyes. Total waste of effort, given the 90-day limit per floor. Why rush to the 3rd floor just for clout? Clueless noobs, honestly. He decides to chill in the city and farm some intel instead of rushing. Since he spent the last month wrestling a minotaur, he's a bit out of the loop. He needs a solid crew. Brain blast, he remembers 2 gamers from his past. He heads to a local cafe to meet up with Lee Taemin and These guys are OGs who played alongside him back in the glory days. He pops Eye of Truth to check their stats. Taeming is the Machine King. And Jano, she's a spicy hothead built for throwing hands and feet. Her skill is devotion to Taekwondo. So yeah, she kicks serious butt. To copy their skills, the system demands, they party up for a specific quest. The 3 of them need to raid the 20th floor of the tower together. He introduces himself IRL as Kong Jin-hook to break the ice, then drops his legendary gamer tag, Bong Bong, which literally sounds like a fart noise in Korean. Maximum cringe. While they process that, he gets the tea on global guilds and streamers. Apparently, some hoodie-wearing creeps are out there kidnapping players. McWa's at the labyrinth but ghosted the test. The vibe check is, cause floor 2 was deleting noobs left and right. So the association set up a filter. Only the cracked players pass to enter the tower and grab those ranks, but MC knows the tea. That big shot did it to stop the feeding and headhunt players with secret hacks, and we're gonna exploit that. Pause. Author drops a lore dump. Explain the guild. Inside, you get judged. F rank or lower. You are banned from floor 2. Bye. But if you're high rank, different game entirely. You get connections with top guilds plus a whole crowd simping for you. Basically, 3 types of peeps show up. Grinders wanting to climb, the stickman judges, and those here to flex their ranks for clout. Meanwhile, paparazzi are snapping. Pixwa hold up his that are intern. Hair down. She's slaying. But focus shifts to Mr. Buffonbald lurking on the intern. And the other guy testing. Security starts moshing. Crowd back. Up front, Jin-hook is chilling with the squad. When silly NPCs tell him to scram, MC looks mocking, as always. Says he's got a ticket and is waiting. Then Hothead points a finger at Jin-hook, uses Eye of Truth to scan him. To copy that, lethal, stealth move. He needs max friendship or max beef. With the target, while the guy is cursing, the intern creeps. Up behind, she sees MC's psycho eyes and gets absolutely shook. Grabs the guy's finger snap. That gotta hurt. Guy comes back while MC is drinking water. Hydration, check. Guy refused water, got slapped and legs. It was so fast, nobody saw it. Crowd thought he tripped. Intern is behind, shaking, until Mr. Buffonbald steps up to flex authority. Mick tries the eye scan level too low. Fail. But his flex didn't work on Jin-hook, who walks up like, didn't know you? We're with an Annie. Then, MC drops the name, Goro. Jing. The big guy flips. That T wasn't for public ears. He uses his black screen barrier to isolate them from the crowd. Inside the void, Jin-hook starts talking business, proposing a deal. But the dude pulls a dagger. Seriously, is MC gonna chill? Nah. He pulls his 2 blades, saying he's the one offering the golden ticket here. Meanwhile, the squad is outside, throwing hands with the guards. Finally, the black screen drops. And Mr. Muscles walks one way, Jin-hook the other. Now, you'd think inside that bubble, the big guy took an L. The author didn't even show us the fight, so off he goes. The minion is still salty, itching to throw hands with Jin-hook again, but he just gets a hard neck yank to shut him up. That means the big guy definitely knows who is really in charge. Now, he drags his loud friend away before he gets wrecked again. Boss moves only. 0 words needed. Just pure intimidation. Puts the brat to sleep. Mid-revenge speech. Jin-hook snatched a skill off him called Breath of Light since the kid was raging. It controls heart rates. Handy. Now, our main character is hyped. Rush into the leaderboards. That intern is sitting pretty at rank 1,750. Jin-hook's turn up. Proctor says, smack this crystal. It's basically one of those arcade punching games. Magic or items. Doesn't matter. Just hit hard. Jin-hook draws his dagger, no buffs. Raw power. A basic level 1 / the proctor points to the kitty. Target, but our boy ignores him and walks to the medium crystal. The big leagues guys yelling, not that one. But crack. Jin-hook splits the rock clean in half with a rift / Proctor's jaw hits the floor. Literally, no one does that. Not even top rankers. He panics and runs to tell the boss. But Jinhook blocks the door. Keep this quiet for a week. The guy refuses. Bad move. Jinhook flashes the dagger. Life lesson, buddy. A knife in your face is scarier than a boss far away. That shuts the extra up real quick. Threats work wonders. Who's gonna argue with a blade? Outside, he waits for the intern. She shows up with the ring. He ordered Bram's ring. Taking less than 3 days. Nice. She's crying about her face. Though, get this off me. Depends if you behave. Savage. Later, he meets the squad. Tells him he got a friend. They freak out, but he's chill. It's temporary. Retest in a week. Since he passed it. Written stuff? Part 2 is a dungeon clear. Easy, right? Nope. He picks a forbidden zone on the first floor. Untouched for 11 years. A total death trap. Next stop. Chamber of the Fallen. Let's go. Everyone gears up. Some random asks, why are you here? Jinhook's like, need rent money. The guy's doing it. For his Jinhook looks at them and thinks, you guys are totally cannon fodder. Walking corpses. Raid start S-rank difficulty. Objective. Kill the boss. Steal the throne. Deep in the ruins. Since they're the first ever, Jinhook gets the early bird. Bonus chest. Plus, 10 luck and some weird loot. He also snags a cold heart and the monopolize skill. That passive lets him hog all the best drops. Overpowered. He grins like a creep. The tower's best loot is all his. Suddenly, a portal opens. 50 armored dudes spawn in. We arrive safely. Jinhook scans and with eye of truth. He's confused. This weakling is a top guild captain. Power levels are trash these days. Inside the ruins, a wizard starts yapping about how the real trouble starts. Pitch black in here, fam. Stick close or get deleted. Then click he flips his light switch and reveals the massive room. Skeletons chilling in the corner. Creepy bugs on the walls. Yikes. Some dude in the back starts yapping. The porters are here. Jinhook is just vibing, wondering how nobody had rage quit life yet. Suddenly, guy slaps his back, barking orders. To haul water and ice. Ooga, manual labor, while he takes the easy side. Rude. Meanwhile, RMC spots some foreigners. Classic Manhwa logic. Blonde equals foreign. If I bleach my hair, do I get a citizenship upgrade? Whatever. Check the drip, their armor has the Zion Guild crest. Big shots from Europe. And hey, there's a short stack among them. Curious, Jinhook uses communion and slides over to deliver a drink to the tiny tank. She pops her helmet off, and she, certified baddie. It's the youngest daughter of that Opiro family. She's got divine hack stank DPS and healer all in one package. Basically, the MVP. They call her the heroine who saved a country. ... The Saint of Amsterdam. Teresa. No wonder nobody's game ended yet. While she sips her water, Jinhook tries to creep on her stats. With Eye of Truth. Error 40 for level 2 high. But wait, his insane luck and adaptability stats clutch the win and bypass the firewall. Her stats are cracked. Plus, she's top 100 worldwide. To copy her skill, the condition is save her life in a crisis. High risk, high reward. She says thanks, and Jinhook grins like he just pulled an SSR card. He's plotting to steal Blessing of the Stars. Ultimate paladin skill. Now the only question is, how do we engineer a disaster? Cut 2. Idiots hitting the deck because they triggered the sentinel. The ruined guardian woke up and chose violence. The captain screams, who touched the shiny thing? People are dropping like loot bags, but the captain wants to push forward. 0. Chill. He figures since they have Saint Teresa, they're invincible. Some lackey tries to warn him, gets slapped into next week, and vanishes. Everyone else? Pants officially sold. The captain gets swarmed by monsters. It's a total mosh pit. Teresa jumps in, swinging her sword like a boss. One of the Porter uncles almost buys the farm, but RMC steps up, ripping beasts apart and tossing fireballs to save the dad figure. Suddenly, a blur rushes past. It's Teresa. She grabs the guy, spins around, and gives Jinhook the death stare. Thought you were chill, bruh. But threatening a civvy with a knife? She thinks he triggered the trap. Now she wants to throw hands. Seriously, is she lagging? Her logic is totally glitched right now. She charges, smashing the ground. Don't resist. I won't hurt you. Won't hurt me. She just blasted a massive crater in the floor. She keeps spamming attacks until Jinhook gets bored of this. Gamey sidesteps, trips her, and puts a blade to her nose. Wasn't me who woke the dungeon? If it was ... Then, a wild dude appears. She's screaming about the fight before the misunderstanding finally clicks. She apologizes, then grills him on the mask. He claims it's for the same reason she's sneaking her class quest, but actually, he's hunting a scroll and loot on the down low. Since he's a walk-in wiki, on this dungeon and their goals match, he shoots his shot. mind if I tag along? Back to the poor team leader stressing cause. Teresa insists on solo play. She spins a bunch of lame excuses. And he caves, but she got a rendezvous at the map's edge. She demands a luggage boy, but when she scans the room, the guys suddenly find the walls fascinating, dodging eye contact. Nobody moves until Jinhook volunteers. The veterans beg him not to take the death wish, so our hero starts laying on the soap opera, acting to win them over. It works, and he goes to escort Teresa. At the spot, it's absolutely crawling. Freaks, circling a shielded coffin. According to her intel, the scroll he needs is locked inside, so they gotta wipe out the mob and smash that shield. Suddenly, a system alert pops up. The admin is watching, but this time, it wasn't just our boy seeing it. Teresa spots it too. Does he know me? She wonders. Try recognizing our cocky Jinhook, lady. She asks for the game plan, but then yeets herself into the pit, triggering Warrior's Anthem to buff her stats by 3 for 10 minutes. Her goal, pulling aggro from every zombie in the zip code. The second she powers up, the horde swarms. But she stacks a divine buff and charges straight into the mess, swinging wild. Meanwhile, our boy casually strolls, hopping on zombie heads like stepping stones until a hidden boss emerges a giant skull. Jinhook is stoked, but a headless knight rushes him. He weaves and dodges, but his real scheme involves baiting the skull's black thunder to crack that annoying shield. That blast hits hard enough to flatline a pro, so right as it fires, he dashes forward, sidestepping at the last second. The lightning shatters the barrier, and he breezes past, slicing up the headless goons. Now it's just the skull left with a fresh cut on its face. Suddenly, a dude shows up, dropping a long time no see. Jinhook has zero clue who he is, which ticks the guy off. So, he pops Eye of Truth. The guy's a fencer with the sword song skill. To steal that move, he's gotta win a 1v1 duel using the weapon his opponent loves most. Then, it clicks that blade is the missing museum piece, a memory serve. Back in his gaming days, some scrub challenged him twice and lost. But he didn't quit, kept coming back for more else. This guy is that obsessive stalker. Our hero can't believe it, but the creep demands a 1v1. Swearing this time won't be a repeat. Too bad our boy has a wicked ace up his sleeve. Up his sleeve it's Teresa. Knowing this, he flips the battlefield script, using a selection skill that locks the whole zone down. Just as Teresa was getting close, he gives a chill wave because they're now trapped inside the arena. The dude wanted a 1v1, triggering the mano a mano skill that boosts his stats by 10% and nerfs the enemy by 10. But Art McGrans wickedly because the system detects he's in a super bad spot, sparking the fusion abilities, hidden perk. See, when the odds are stacked against him for copying, the rules get tweaked instantly. Now the copy is greenlit before he even meets the Rex. He snags the S-Class Sword Song, an ability that buffs sword smarts by 200%. If we had that, we'd be slicing monsters like butter. Unaware he just got looted. The rival guy attacks. Jinhook summons his dagger, acting totally casual, with just a sword, which makes the dude rage harder. This is fun, he yells, blasting sword energy. But the MC just sidesteps it like, really, you're using that on a newbie. Young points a finger, but Jinhook knows his cheap dagger will snap, so he slaps a pill onto the blade and triggers fusion, mixing Sword Zone with the Demon Soul pill. Boom, the unique double S-Class skill, Tomb of Swords, is born. Just to prove Jinhook is busted, his sword mastery jumps 500%. The enemy poses, but he's about to be lunch. Jinhook unleashes Tomb of Swords in the night of the Black Moon. Even at partial power, Young terrified. This was supposed to be his big win, but he's taking LS. Inside and outside the game, he did all that creepy stalking and prep, yet still can't beat the MC? Total stalker fail. He charges anyway. But Jinhook cuts through his skills and teleports behind him like a ghost. You're toast. One strike sends Young flying, nearly breaking his weapon. Another easy dub for the MC. Young whines that this is loss number 38 and begs for death. But Jinhook's like, next time is one. He gives a speech about the tower needing strong players, but honestly, he just has to wait 60 days to copy another skill from him. He's literally fattening the cow to milk it later. He uses communion, and Young leaves asking for his name. MC plays cool and stays silent, so the guy calls him Farta Bleep, his old game handle. Teresa stands there, totally confused. Later, the clumsy squad scouts the terrain. Enemies incoming, warns the guy. Suddenly, an iron golem drops in with a white-haired elf. Actually, according to the wimpy captain, that's a high-rank vampire saying, "Hi, we're just fattening the cattle to copy everything later." And so he activates communion, and then Yam leaves, asking what his name was. But the protagonist acts tough, and doesn't say, then the guy leaves, calling him Fart of Bleep, which was his name, and the game, and Teresa stays behind not understanding anything. So later, the bumbling club is analyzing the terrain because there's an enemy. Ahead, the guy says the monsters are coming, and at this point, an iron golem arrives with a white-haired elf. Actually, it's not just an elf, because from what the weak captain is saying, this is a high-ranking vampire who welcomes them, claims to be kin to the ruins queen bee. The sweaty noob waves his sword like it helps. Spoiler, it won't. Enemy guy ignores him, cold. He's got a deal for the squad. The offer, come quietly, or 50% of the crew. ... becomes tonight's special, choose your doom, basically. Snack now or later. He flexes some magic, leaving the rookie ... shook. Meanwhile, back to our skill thief Jinhyuk and Teresa, she's scrubbing the bad vibes off that frozen tear crystal. Another shiny toy, our boy swiped. It's triple S tier hard ... and buffs magic like crazy. But if you don't clean it ... first, boom, you're dead. Hence, the holy deep clean. Teresa's multitasking like a pro. Once active, RM's ... scored a plus 12 magic boost. He's stoked, and so are we. More hacks means more NPCs getting wrecked. Love to see it. Suddenly, Teresa gets a pop-up. The boss sent an invite. Mission? Save the loser club that surrendered to the van. Find the boss, and the path clears. No traps, no mobs. Just a straight shot to the end. Teresa doesn't hesitate. She stands up, hero mode on, but deep down, she's terrified. She knows she can't beat Jinzo, she'd just be a chew toy. Even with the whole scaredy cat squad, they're toast. Stalker Boy Young gets up to bail, but stops by Teresa. He drops some advice, starting with a jab at our MC. Classic, but he admits only that idiot can beat the boss. So he dips. Teresa turns to our main guy with a job offer. She wants to hire him. He warns her, I'm not cheap. She agrees, offering every last coin to take down Jin. Now that's what I call a deal. Contract signed. The mob snooze, and they hit the boss door. The vibes are bad. Teresa flinches, but our guy steps up. In a fight, ... strength isn't everything. He tells her to just trust him. Inside, vamps everywhere, and the boss chilling on a throne. Turns out, Jinzo is a white-haired cutie named Alice. McRolls in asking, the noob's safe. She nods. She snaps her fingers, and boom, everyone's on the floor. Hog-teed, and ready for the stew pot. Yikes. Jinhyuk scans, and finds the guy who woke the Guardians. Alice steps up. She lured them here because of a smell. Specifically, the MC's scent, the sweetest thing she sniffed. And yeah, she means his blood. Creepy much. The smell's got her hyped. She wants a taste test. Says she likes to savor her food. Okay, getting weird. MC's like, thanks, but I'm not on the menu. That ticks her off. She blasts lasers because, hey, ... this is a dictatorship, pal. Your dinner, period. Yo fam, imagine getting drained by a vamp for 60 years? Yikes. But then our main dude steps up like, I got something better. Sweeter than blood. She's like, nah, blood is life, bruh. Nothing beats O-negative. So he drops. What about freedom? Her eyes go wide, but the mob starts freaking out, screaming, rip him up. She shushes them, daring him to talk. Back it up, kid. So MC masks up, acting all mysterious. I'm Jinhyuk, rep for the demoniac humans. I'm your ticket out. FYI, these guys are total sellouts. Ditched humanity for cash to hang with dungeon monsters. Jinhyuk bluffs. I hit up the temple on floor 12. Proof. I hacked your barriers to get here. Easy. The goons panic at temple, but the vamp isn't fully sold. Okay, you know the lore, she admits, but I don't trust you. Talk is cheap. She decides to test his reflexes instead. Boom. She launches blood spears straight at his face. Teresa jumps in, tanking it with a holy shield buff. She's barely holding on while the vamp laughs from the back. Cute effort, she mocks, but I hate holy magic. She triggers blood explosion to nuke them into oblivion. Teresa grins, trusting our MC to save the day. But then, Jinhyuk stabs Teresa. Wait, what just happened? I was confused before, but now I'm totally lost. He steps back and asks the vamp, believe me now. Vamp Queen is stunned but amused. Okay, that was fun, but I need more. Meanwhile, poor Teresa is bleeding out. She's like, why? Jinhyuk ignores her. Vamp laughs. Alright, speak your piece. He reveals his ace. I got a 7-star spell for the barrier. If I seal your soul in this Bram ring, we walk right out. She's never heard of that hack. Jinhyuk drops the lore. This is why he stayed level 1, skipping all that XP. It was all for this 7-star skill. Soul transfer. Can only use it at level 1. Dude planned this for ages. Big brain plays. He met the hidden conditions perfectly. Skill unlocked. Cooldown. 365 days. 1 soul only. he needs her permission to cast it. He says, circle vanishes in 1 minute. Clock's ticking. Accept the invite or stay stuck here forever. Ball's in her court. Her minions are shaking in their boots. She thinks it over while telepathically warning her boss. Don't trust this copycat. If he tries anything, kill him. She floats down, reminiscing about her exile. Been stuck in these ruins for 1,000 years. She lands and asks, for real? He just smirks, actin' chill. Big brain move activating the sync. Bro's sharp. So he lets the soul transfer happen. Rings glowing now, slurping up the spirit of the... Oh, Gialis, she winds up stuck in the jewelry, but claims it's actually cozy. Does she have a sofa and snacks in there to munch on? Anyway, Mick snatches the ring, joking. He's glad she digs the new crib. Suddenly, the unique perk Blessing of the Stars kicks in. Teresa starts respawning, while the protagonist welcomes her back. Since she got one-shotted, this cheat code lets her revive 1 time. She basically hit continue. But the skill has a cooldown of 240 hours. She gets up groggy but grinning, while the vamp inside the ring is raging to get out. No time for questions. Though, cause the Fang Gang is rolling up, surfing a blood wave. MC just flips his fire switch and starts throwing hands. Blasted heat everywhere. Teresa's not AFK either. She pops a holy cross sign, unfreezing all the scrubs in the club. Meanwhile, Gan is soloing the vamps with his dagger, telling M since their boss lady is boxed, they already took the L. That's why he triggers Tomb of Swords. Vamps try to flex with dark battle spirits, rushing the MC, but he slices and dices, sending those goons straight to the lobby. Even the scared guy is wondering who this beast is, since he's still rocking the mask to keep his identity on the down low. He walks up to Teresa, who admits dying actually hurt. No cap, but they caught the dub just like he predicted. It ain't always about muscle. You just gotta finesse the ops to make it work. She thanks him, saying the whole squad lived cause of him. Pay attention, fam. This guy deserves a trophy. System pings. He saved Teresa's life and met the copy conditions. Remember, we had a saver in a clutch moment, so we successfully stole the unique skill, Blessing of the Stars. That broken revivability is ours? She's tearing up, asking if he knew, but he plays dumb and tells them to grab the loot and scoot. Suddenly, Captain Wimp, aka Scaredy Cat, stands up, claiming all the raid drops belong to the guilds. Jinhyuk stares him down, making the dude sweat buckets because MC literally carried while they were tied up. But the guy insists, mumbling about rewarding him later. MC thinks this clown is a hopeless case. In the end, he lets the group keep the artifacts but warns them to watch out, cause he ain't liable. So Scaredy Cat rushes off with greedy eyes, grabbing the first shiny thing, a staff fragment. The second he touches it, he yanks his hand back fast. It shocked him and slapped a nasty curse on his arm. Teresa has to cover her mouth to keep from dying of laughter. It looked exactly like one of those pranks where dude tries to grab $100 and gets electrocuted. Just totally played. Karma comes at you fast when you act like a fool, or maybe he just ended up baiting himself. Alright, we are back in action. The tower entrance is an absolute zoo right now. Paparazzi are swarming like flies because some stalker leaked the mission complete intel. Suddenly, the big screen flashes cleared, and the squad starts stumbling out of the portal, looking totally wrecked. It is Flashbulb City out there. Then there is our captain, who looks like The Rock if he skipped gym day for it. Eerie people are literally rubbing his shiny head for luck. Bless ya, Cromda. Even the news anchor is sobbing tears of joy. But then Teresa flips the script. She tells the cameras, nah, it wasn't. This masked dude soloed whole dungeon. The press goes wild, snapping pics of the mystery hero. Cut to the next day. Our boy is chilling at home, slurping instant noodles and doom. He is practically famous now, trending as the unknown masked man. After dinner, he grabs the vampire ring to chat, but she is ghosting him out of pure spite. So, Jinhyuk puts on his troll face and starts shaking the ring. Like a maraca? You good in there? No answer. He keeps going, up and down like a roller coaster. 3 hours later, Alice is screaming, uncle, begging for mercy. He pumps a little magic into the ring, and she pops out, raging for revenge. But surprise, she is pint-sized, barely reaching his hip. He only unlocked a tiny fraction of her power, so now she is basically a furious action figure. Even with her power capped at 1%, the mini-vamp is tough. Jinhyuk wipes her tears and gets real. Look, help me out, and I promise to get you that freedom. He swears to crush the traitors and put her back on the throne of the Ataraxia family. Deal. Deal. A few hours later, he uploads a highlight reel to the Hall of Fame. It is him versus an entire vampire army. The comment section, absolutely losing its mind over his skills. Later, we pull up to a massive skyscraper. Who needs doors? He masks up and kicks a hole straight through the wall. It is crawling with suits, so he starts handing out free knuckle sandwiches to everyone in sight. Meanwhile, up on the roof, the boss is grilling some poor dude who is doing a punishment handstand. Apparently, the guy messed up the dungeon trap and failed to delete Jin. Classic Black Crow Guild. Incompetence. Suddenly, the wall blows out. Our masked hero struts in asking for the manager. Handstand guy tries to flex to impress the boss, but Jin unmasks and literally slaps him into next week. He takes a seat while the guild leader rages, mustache twitching. The boss pulls a weapon, but Jinhook snaps the blade in half with a single coin toss. He props his foot on the desk, like he owns the place. Alright, time for a little chat about revenge. Guild rep trashed Mystique cause he couldn't ghost Jinhyuk to the grave. This was the Black Crow squad he already owned. But, boom, walls bust open. Enter the masked copycat, making a scene like, who runs this joint? Some handstand doing minion tries to flex, but Jin just yoinks the mask and slaps him into orbit. Take a seat. Boss man rages, grabs a gun, then steps up with his epic mustache. Jinhyuk snaps his sword with a coin. Foot on the table. Total power move. Time for a chat. Guy's still salty, saying it's all for revenge. Thinking they could easily off him was a total noob mistake. Yeah, I know. Gotta do better than that. Our boy starts flicking coins. Right at the dude's mug bent. He hits the deck with his face looking like Mish. Check the guts on this extra. Trying to scare Jinhook, saying that Guild Squaw is gonna hunt him down. Yeah, that ain't how it works here. He just grabs more cash, lights it up like a bonfire, and gets ready to pay him back with interest. Mr. Mustache is suddenly shaking in his boots. One spicy fireball later, and our facial hair friend gets launched off the roof. Game over. So, Jinhook strolls over to the terrified security guard and goes, "Yo, you're only breathing 'cause your sis is cool. Got it?" Then he spots another goon playing possum and tells him to quit. Faking it. You suck at hiding. Couldn't even steal neighbor's Wi-Fi? The guy pops up, and Jinhyuk demands the deets on who he is. He's Kim Hee-woo, 26, and manages the guild's general affairs. Basically, he does all the boring grunt work. A total jackal. Jinhyuk digs that, since things are kinda messy, it'd be a shame to destroy a top-tier guild completely. So, our main man decides to hand the keys over to Glass. But let's be real, it's just for show. Even if he's boss, nobody's gonna listen to a temp. The bad guys will totally target for. But hey, Jinhyuk's got a secret ace. A bit later, Glasses blasts a text to the whole guild roster. All rank of players or higher. Drop your loot and get to the base ASAP. It's an emergency. So the crew shows up, pushing through the crowd. Outside the HQ, there's a huge mob circling a parked car. One dude peeks in, and yeah, it's Mustache Man plastered on the roof. He took the expressway down. Confirmed, KIA, right there on the hood. Scarface panics and sprints into the wrecked lobby. Up inside, Glasses guy is chilling in the CEO chair. Scarface loses it, grabs his spear, and yanks the poor guy's tie. Glasses stammers something about new management being here. He looks back and dupes. It's Alice. She looks salty. Scarface whines. A kid did this. Big mistake. Buddy, calling her a kid? Death sentence. Jinhook watches from the sidelines as the whole building goes boom. Later on, the Awakened test results drop. We cut to the association where Jinhook waltzes in like a boss. Time to take it all, he grinned. Finally, we snag that rank F license. He meets up with the squad out front. The team's growing. We got Alice, the Europro, and Mr. Glasses, the new puppet guild leader that Jinhook swindled his way into. So, technically, even if where's the crown? RMC pulls the strings. The true boss. Bystanders are gossiping in the corner while Jinhook lectures. Alice, he's mad she nuked the building just 'cause someone called her a tot. Anyway, time to grind. He drags Alice along to hunt a massive horde. But are there any mobs left? The big guilds hog all the prime dungeons. Doesn't seem like there's any spot left to farm, or so they think. That's what the normies believe. Anyway, not him. Now we're at Moon Lake, first floor, allegedly the prettiest spot around. But you know the drill. Pretty face, deadly trap. 12 statues guard the place, and one looks super sus. It has got a side gig. Alice the vamp checks for a button. A hidden switch. Nah, way too basic for this game, dev. Past noobs failed because they did not think outside the box. The key is not metal, fam. It is literal moonlight. So Jinhook angles his hand like a human mirror until, bingo, the floor glitches open. Down they go. Alice hits the basement while he roasts her attitude. He drops down, popping Blessing of the Stars. Plus Frozen Tear for an 80% magic boost. Only 24 hours on the clock. He wonders, do these mobs see us as invaders, or just Uber Eats? Tries asking Alice, but the system mutes his mic. Guess chatty lore with NPCs is against the rules. Alice senses vibes. He preps a fireball, grinning, smiling like a maniac, because it is grinding time. Infinite spawn glitch. a horde of uglies incoming. Vamp girl is grossed out, but our boy is hyped. Pops the star buff, mob defense drops 30%. Now, it is on Salty Alice to take out the trash. She uses blood connection. He triggers the rift, slices through them, and boom, level up spam. Finally, ditching level 1. About time, right? This basement is a total XP farm. He is milking it. Meanwhile, over at the Olympus Guild Age, they are hashing out why the 8th raid flopped hard. 15 squads, 100 peeps, only 9 survived. Floor 3 boss is mid, but here's the catch. Dude commands 100,000 statues. Insane. A die guy is raging. Olympus rep makes excuses. We need time to evolve. Oh, Teresa's here too. Rockin' a suit today. White hair nods, but throws shade. Dissing Adai for hogging all the magic crystals. Drama erupts. Then, the real issue hits the fan. Yesterday, the demon cult slid into their offered to help, but the terms were super sketchy. Chaos and nobody wants to deal with those creeps. Teresa chills until fireworks and a hood guy. Old dude pops up like, you all are too weak for this. Turns out, he is with the demon squad. Big surprise. White hair and Adai square up to throw hands. But he talks them down. Team up, I got the cheats. I can delete that floor. 3 boss, then he skeletons popping out like zombies in a music vid. But that's basic. The kicker, dude is flexing the staff of greed. Judging by the hype, it's overpowered. Everyone is vibing with Gramps until Teresa's like, y'all are actually tripping. She thinks they lost their minds. She wishes Jin-Hook was there to save them. But suddenly, ring ring, speak of the devil. The scoundrel calling her phone was none other than our main scammer. The guy everyone at this table will fear soon. He hits up Teresa mid-chaos like, you good? Acting like he didn't plan this whole mess. He asks about the noise. Then Bamidio call goes public. His face pops up on the big screen. Mask on, but the guilds recognize him instantly. They are shook. It's the super rookie they were hunting for. Even the redhead smirks. Meanwhile, hooded Gramps tries to roast him, asking if he knew. This boss hits different than regular ruins. Can they even win? Gramps swears his bone boys guaranteed the W, and the leaders bought it. But not Jin-Hook. He is like, nah, I can't work with that fake. Dude has a magic eye. He sees right through the scam from miles away. He exposes the materials, a saint's heart, and a crusty prison uniform. Anointed with the eye. Please. This thing is faker than a $3 bill. You can't craft the real deal with loot from the 3rd floor. Look closely, those skeletons are crumbling. They won't last. 5 minutes against the boss. So, the old man's master plan? Ditch the guilds and the chaos and loot everything. Savage. Jin-Hook wrecked his rep. Gramps gets serious, looking ready to throw hands. But he bolts. He says he's watching them, but the guilds panic. Their carry is gone. Jin-Hook is like, chill, leave it to me. No need for Hootie guy. They can keep the profits from the clear. But he is running it solo. The suit starts simping immediately, offering all the help he needs. He shuts that down real quick. I don't need backup, he says. Just block the doors. No random hunters allowed. He wants that XP all to himself. The guilds are confused. No money, no power. What's his angle? He says, I'm just doing what's best for my precious companion. Boom. Teresa blushes hard, and if she's blushing, you know the drill. Let's go. Even white hair is cheering for the ship. Total bromance vibes. Honestly, that was my reaction to. The mood is lit while Teresa waves goodbye to Jin. But behind that mask, you know he's plotting. Crazy schemes. Giving up crumbs now means owning the whole bakery later. Skip ahead. Level 12, in less than a day. We're at the Auto XP farm. Vampire girl is whining that she did all the work. While he was flirting, if she can complain, she ain't dying. She's crying about her slavery contract. Drama queen. He offers to buy a mana drink, but she screams. That won't work. A cheap drink won't fill her bar. Low mana makes her thirsty. Help out. So now it's time to get sucked in. Pause. MC got slurped through a tooth straw. So let's go. Shopping. Jin-Hook buys random junk like sticky grass. And Webs looks useless. But trust the process. We gotta hustle, cause they're speedrunning to the first basement level today. So MC and Alice just eat themselves down. He's chill since he's done this over 100 times. At the bottom, he flips gravity to glide smooth. But upon landing, Alice sees drama. And Jin-Hook lights a torch. Suddenly, bugs everywhere. And look, it's the desert. Doggo, Anubis. He says he wanted to troll the first human here, but MC dropped in too hot. While Doggo yaps, wants less talk, more hands. Doggo gets salty. Stands up claiming a god won't 1v1 him. Vampire girl is shaking, but Jin-Hook's confident. The dog triggers judgment of Anubis. It starts after 3 questions. To copy this skill, you gotta wreck Anubis's vessel and make him lose his cool. Making folks rage is Jin-Hook's hobby. First question, did the vampire tell you about me? MC's like, yep. Next, you after the hive. Jin-Hook says He's gonna sell it for big bucks. Savage laugh. Question, think you can leave my turf alive? Jinhyuk smirks. If I couldn't, I'd just quit life. Conditions met. Judgment of Anubis kicks in. MC gets nerfed stats down 50%. Skills. Sealed for 1 minute. Anubis picks the first. Balsa Giant Dark Mode Mantis. MC doesn't blink. Just drops a music box playing a banger song. It can't break till the song ends. Dance, battle time. The Mantis attacks on beat. So MC just vibes. And dodge. He's untouchable cause the rhythm matches the attack pattern, a hack he found after dying 100 times here. Minutes up. Seal broken. Jinhyuk unleashes Tomb of Swords and slices. The bug problem is, it regenerates infinitely. So the plan, make it wish it was dead. Just endless. Slashing it heals. He cuts. The vampire girl is watching, blushing, and totally crushing on him. Who wins? Jinhyuk or the vamp? Place your bets. After getting diced, the mantis falls. Jinhyuk takes the chance to sit on its head. The creature snaps from the shame and offs itself. GGMC clears the first stage and loots the magic castle book. Sweet. Grants him ice magic. The rascal cracks the book, and in under 10 seconds, he's already spamming Icefold. Even Anubis realizes this guy is totally broken. The MC mocks him, you can't even defend yourself. So why keep ya? Anubis asks why he'd fight a mere consciousness. Jinhyuk shrugs. For the monster rages, unleashing the dogs. Actually, a swarm of bees, where Jinhyuk smooth snipes them with ice. Then, the rascal mixes fire element and Icefold to craft the daylight. He starts wrecking the arena with so much juice that Anubis has to switch. The dog god activates. Chosen target. The hive. Summoning a swole. Jinhyuk blasts it back with Icefold. But there's a catch. These things multiply. Suddenly, it's raining bees on the protagonist. But he was ready. He eats a giant pill straight into a bee's mouth. Bullseye. Then he hops on and mounts the bug. Since the pill 1 minute to kick in. While the swarm attacks, he turns that beak into his personal Uber. Anubis flips out seeing this. Jinhyuk speeds around on his buzzing mount, kidding this swarm until he traps him. In the unknown cube, he tosses in his store-bought combos, then adds the final touch, a fire element explosion. Boom. Inside, the pill activates, the bees die, drop giant pills, and Jinhyuk literally built a giant pill factory. To face the third-floor boss and his army, he needs equal firepower. So, as the bees multiply and die, we're just farming loot. Anubis is totally lost. Before realizing, wait, I got played. It was a setup. Anubis smashes the hive to stop the spawn camp just as it was getting good. Major killjoy. He calls it disrespectful, telling Jinhyuk to climb the tower and survive, because he'll personally judge him later. Anubis's vessel crumbles. Quest clear. Jinhyuk scores Judgment of Anubis. Scary 3-question skill. It nerfs attributes by 50% and silences abilities for 1 minute, but spamming it risks divine punishment. Now even the gods are salty. After the dogfight, Jinhyuk hits level 19 in under a day. He tweaks his stats until his phone buzzes. Video call. It's the sore loser again, demanding his location. Our savage hero replies, none of your business. Young pivots to a proposal. In 24 hours, the association is hosting a martial arts tournament for players ranked double and up. He wants Jinhyuk to join for a rematch. Jinhyuk yawns. Total waste of time. But Young plays his MasterCard, flashing a ticket to the... Wait, let me check the lines. Our cheeky hero snaps back. None of your business. Then Young drops a proposal. In 24 hours, the association is hosting a martial arts tournament for players ranked double and higher. He wants a rematch. Jinhyuk rolls his eyes. Waste of time. But Young plays his ace card, offering a VIP invitation ticket to the black market. Is basically a VIP eBay, where rich kids swipe cards for OP loot. Jinhyuk's vid just hit the highlight. Really? The one where he solos the third-floor boss. 4-0 clout. He snipped the frames with the shady hooded dude though. Comments went viral, hitting 50 million views at 100 coins per 10,000 views. That math equals 500,000 coins. Even after taxes, Jin is paid. But he's dying of boredom. When is this over? The dudes up front are fighting. But isn't this a martial arts gig? Why are they spamming magic? Total bust, right? They need to binge Dragon Ball to learn how to run a real tourney. Everyone's just filming for clout anyway. Jinhyuk recalls he only gets the invite if he agrees to clap. Yusung, he tries the I'm too low rank excuse to bail, but Yusung says, champs, get to pick a divine relic? Right to call out a random spectator. He vows to wreck Jinhyuk live. So the beatdown is locked in. Even Fireball, Grandpa and Yuri showed up. The suits claim the fighters are tough, but the white-haired CEO and eyes for Yuzong, the kid who ghosted his guild recruit. Suddenly, Glasses Guy pulls up, claiming he'd have wrapped this up fast by getting code. Anyway, let's cut to Yusung sweeping the floor and winning the belt. In the interview, he ignores the loot to choose a fight. He points his sword at the stands. Glasses Guy gets excited, thinking it's me, but nope, he's aiming at our boy. Jinhook. Reporters zoom in and realize he's an confusion overload. Jinhook hops in, telling Yusung he needs to learn when to fold, but Houston guarantees a win this time. Let's see. Jinhook admits the kid, stronger, then Yusung activates full tryhard mode. With his soul sword, Jinhook thinks, here we go again. Yusung charges. Jinhook pops, fire magic, and the author gets lazy jump 5 seconds forward. Yuzong is on the floor. Jinhook snags the black market invite. While everyone freaks that an now Jinhook meets the old man and Yuri. It's awkward. They haven't linked since the museum. Jinhook demands their digits. For WhatsApp, he adds a refuse and die vibe. Yuri caves instantly and hands it over. There you go. Guys, the foolproof dating hack. Just use the tough guy stare to get digits. She definitely won't pepper you. Trust me. But heads up, Four Eyes is hopping into the ring. Looks like Jinhook has another pest to squash. Right now, peeps with truth, guy looks legit. But up the copy. Quest pops up. Gotta expose his trashy scheme to snatch that giant grip skill. He thinks the system is a stalker. So, bro rolls up claiming he didn't come to throw hands, just to chat and shake. Big mistake, cause that spilled the tea. My boy saw right through the fake vibes. This guy just wants to clap the winner for clout. Talk about desperate. Anyway, conditions cleared. Boom. Barank. Giant grip unlocked. Jinhook thinks back to when this was just pixels and he was a noob. Now that the game is reality, everyone's skills are basically free. Loot waiting for him. Then the guy tries the handshake recruit tactic. Jinhook grabs his paw. Zero chill dude stuck like glue. Then bam, Anubis judgment hits, dropping him to his knees, screaming like a toddler. Total embarrassment. He tries a cheap shot with the other hand, but Jinhook just eats him. Enter the guild leader, raging hard and smashing stuff cause his setup got wrecked. Truth Eye says he's buff, but the copy requirement is savage. Shatter his ego to steal the blood demon chi skill. Challenge accepted. Jinhook goes, let's bounce, and the guy loses it, calling him a chicken. Nah, fam, Jinhook just ain't in the mood to delete a guild. Mastiat, but Rage Boy charges in with his demon chi. Jinhook sighs, casts daylight. Shiny dagger, summon. Dude starts sweating bullets. Even though he tanked a floor to boss before, Jinhyuk is just vibing. Hits like it's nothing. Suddenly, a voice shouts, cut it out, and freezes. The guy in place, it's the chill dude president of the Awakened Association. Guildmaster tries to play the victim, running to daddy president, saying, good timing, this maniac beat my player. But the aloof guy doesn't care. He's like, bro, this ain't Korea's Got Talent. Injuries happen. Guildmaster takes the L and basically goes to cry in the corner. Then the press introduces himself to Jinhook, admitting he was clueless about him until 20 minutes ago. Someone at the tourney dialed him up, freaking out about the insane stuff going down. It was so weird. He had to check the receipts, the test results. The examiner was shook, literally speechless. So, congrats are in order. Welcome to the club. As Korea's 16th S-rank Q, the paparazzi swarm. These reporters are like hungry piranhas. One trips and it's a dogpile. In the middle of the chaos, White Hair is stunned. This tourney was meant to be his guild's big flex, but Jinhyuk snatched the spotlight. He tries to grab a mic to rant, but the reporter ghosts him to chase Jinhook. Meanwhile, conditions met. Jinhook pockets another skill plastered on every newsfeed as the new S-rank king. Since he mentioned a trip to Vegas, they hook him up with a first-class ticket. Perks of being top tier. Unlike those shy MCS who hide their powers, Jinhook is living his best life. The jet takes off while he's munching on fancy steak, until the vampire in his head pings him. Yo, check the guy in front. She says his vibe is totally rancid. Definitely something funky going on. The smell coming off him is bad news, so drama is definitely brewing. Weird vibe from this dude, he's definitely not human. Jinhook pops the eye of truth. Surprise, he's a demonic human. Same squad as that hooded geezer. Then Blondie slides over, asking if G is the new S-rank player. Claims it's totally fate, they met then. Offers a drink. Cute, but he's too naive to hustle Jin, who plays along for the lols. They sip that fancy cognac, engaging in a creepy Blondie says his main play in Korea was expanding his Awakened biz, but he hit a snag. Asks if Jinhook knows the masked dude. Playing dumb, our boy says yeah, since he bragged about soloing floor 3. Blondie claims he was gonna raid floor 3 too, but Mr. Mask said back off. I'm busy. Jin-hook casually asks if they're buddies. The guy actually nods. Coat, red-handed, lying to his face. Jin-hook keeps acting clueless. While getting invited to the boss room, he just keeps feeding him rope. Blondie flexes his S-rank status, says he does what he wants. Plus, there's secret loot to grab. It literally couldn't be more meme-worthy. Wait, it gets better. Mr. Businessman pulls out the elixir of legends, cures all ills, fixes broken hearts. Jin-hook feigns shock at the shiny loot. Guy goes, it's yours as a down payment if you sign this. One look at the contract, screams, scam. So, Jin-hook Blondie tries the guilt trip. I had high hopes, and tries to take the elixir back. Yoink, Jin-hook snatched it. I'm careful, but greedy. I take what I want. Then he snaps the guy like a twig cause the spell backfired. Jin-hook flexes power that rattles the plane. The pilot's like, sit down folks. Jin-hook smirks about his acting skills. While the dude realizes he got played. He tries to threaten him with the masked man. But bro, he is the masked man. Doesn't say that, obviously. Just leaves him wondering why they'd side with the guy who humiliated them on Olympus. Catch ya later. We've touched down in Vegas, land of chaos and casinos. We're rolling with the vampire, but with his low mana, she's stuck within 150 centimeters. So he uses Memory of the World, smashing Eye of Truth with Blood, Demon Chi. Boom, Eye of Gluttony, rank SSS. It's the deluxe version of the Eye of Truth pairs through barriers to check stats and adds shared vision plus mind reading on anyone with a lower level downside. The Blood Demon, Chi boosts, corruption risks. Anyway, we hit the casino universe, looks bougie, but it's basic. We're headed somewhere way cooler, a bit of walking later, and we're at the den of scammers, Tortuga, Casino. Vampire thinks it's tacky, but as we walk in, some dude's getting wrecked at the door screaming cheaters. This casino is the move, fam. Totally the spot where chaos is guaranteed. Jin-hook's about to secure that bag since rules are just suggestions. He parks the vamp lady at the bar, tells the tendy drinks on me, cause it is officially cash out o'clock. He hits the first table for some cards. Not sure which game, probably poker or something. Who cares? Opponent guy hypes it up, says he'll raise the pot. So Jin-hook tosses in 5 million chips like it's pocket lint. He grills the dude with random questions. Spoiler alert, he's totally gonna spam. His OP skill, Judgment of Anubis. Dude makes his play, flips his cards, and boom, pair of jacks. Bro is certain he swapped him with his cheat codes. Daddy Google says, this guy is cooked. Watching this makes me want to hit the casino and get rich too. But wait, I ain't the main character. Saj. Anyway, back to the action. Jin-hook totally big-brained everyone and scooped the win with kings. Then the NPC goons show up like, come with us, kid. You already know the vibes. Jin-hook doesn't chase drama. Drama chases him. Like, he literally attracts beef. This extra is begging for a slap. Because Jin-hook won big by out-scamming the scammers. Jin-hook's like, is this customer serviced? And Redhead goes, nah, people who loot us ain't customers. Then he asks if Jin-hook wants a beatdown to go. Jin-hook just flashes that $1 million smile and yeets the muscle guy. He's like, heard only get played here. So I'm about to turn y'all into noobs with these hands. First dude starts blasting, but Jin-hook face plants him into the floor. Meanwhile, Vampy is just chilling with her drink while Jin-hook goes full beast mode. Vampy is sipping drinks while Jin-hook plays whack-a-mole with their faces. Redhead screams for the bosses, but the goons say, help as 30 minutes out. They are cooked because Jin-hook is soloing the lobby. A guard runs up to Redhead with a phone. Like, yo, look at this article. It says Jin-hook is Korea's new S-rank hunter. Now they are absolutely shook because there's only 20 S-ranks in the US. Jin-hook could wipe this whole map solo. The boss yells, stop, and starts apologizing for the disrespect, but Jin-hook hits him with the, I'm emotionally damaged excuse, says his whole vibe is whack, and demands his winnings plus extra cash for the trauma of them trying to unalive him. He's like, pay up. Let's call it a clean $10 million, or I shut this place down. He puts the squeeze on M and takes the 10 mil. He needs that loot. Ball out at the auction. The VIP car pulls up, tinted windows, super sues, so nobody sees the location. Jin-hook arrives, and Vampy is hyped to leave. The ring. She claims this new spot is finally worthy of a queen like her. They step into the auction. Randoms are yapping, but Vampy whiff of that same foul stench. She investigates Andio. Hoodied, old geezer. The blonde dude ran to cry too. His boss, but looks like he got stomped for fumbling the elixir. Big L for him. Jin-hook uses Eye of Gluttony on the old guy. Turns out, Gramps is a necromancy god, but the copy conditions, he has to finish dark magic school with an A+ grade. Man, that sounds kinda, intense. But like, who has time for homework? Jinhook taunts the guy, acting like the request is totally impossible. Now Gramps is desperate for deets on the masked dude. Jinhook tries to dip, saying catch y'all later, but the guy stops him. He threatens, this is it, but our hero just shrugs it off. Not my drama. The vampire gets hype, asking if she can, waste M. But chill, they gotta hit the shops first. At the shady auction, item 1 is a literal space rock. Fell in Arizona. Totally useless since nobody can craft it yet. Bargain time. Jinhook plays market guru, bidding 300 grand. Hooded Gramps instantly yells, 1 million, he's clearly blocking. Buying whatever Jin eyes. Jin smiles, time to drain this guy's. Walla, then rob him later. Classic move. The bidding war. Rages on. Jin bids. Gramps raises. Next up, Mayan artifact. Jin throws down 500,000 before the intro even finishes. It's a trap. Gramps bites, and Jin pumps the price until He forces the old dude to drop 3 million. What a troll. He keeps baiting Gramps into burning cash. Even Blondie asks, if they should chill. Gramps refuses, vowing to snag every Iden Jin wants his leverage. Next, the first chessboard. Jinhook makes his move, but Gramps keeps hijacking the bid. It escalates until Jin offers 10 million, his total limit. Gramps slams down 30 million. Looking super smug, he thinks Jin's gonna beg. Suddenly, the vampire stands up, and screams 100 million. Gramps is shook. She tells Jin, watch and learn. Gramps tries one. She drops 200 million. Gramps panics, accusing her of faking the funds. The host asks for receipts. She just tears a hole in space, and dumps a mountain of gold coins right on the floor. One random crown the guy checks is worth 500 million alone. Game over. The whole room is practically worshipping her now. Even Jin applauds. Hooded Gramps stands up, growling, Plan B. They split up to surround the team. Jin grabs the loot with Vi-Girl, but then boom, an explosion rocks the back. Blondie charges in, slashing, everyone. The extras look tasty to Jin, but he's busy, babysitting. Jin steps up, saying, you crossed the line, Pat. Blondie starts summoning mobs. Another gross neck. He unleashes hell, but Jin dodges effortlessly, whipping out, his dagger. No time to play games with this creep. He pops Cemetery of Swords and starts slicing and dicing. Blondie grins, summoning another wave. That's the annoying, thing with neck. They drain your mana before the real fight. But Jinhook isn't in the mood for stamina games today. I'll toast 'em all, he says, casting Daylight. Blondie tries to split his minions before the rays hit, but when he tries to bail, everyone's feet are totally iced. Jinhook used that flash of light to sneak cast a freeze spell. Nobody saw it coming, and bam. Instant explosion right at Blondie, who's already while Jin mops up the mobs. The blonde dude tries to bolt, totally useless. Since Jinhook's got aimbot hacks on, he lands a perfect shot and strolls up, like, yo, for the next 30 minutes, your lungs are gonna fill with blood. As it piles up, you'll choke out. Gotta be the second worst way to go, right? Right after burning alive, Jinhook offers a quick end if the guy spills the tea. About the demonic society, the dirtbag sees a chance and tries to yap, but his throat is busted. He tries writing instead, but Jinhook just stomps his hand. Welp, guess you don't want to talk. No choice then. Truth is, Jinhook never cared. Total psych out, move from the start. Jinhook dips while Blondie croaks. Up ahead, he spots those auction goodies. Laying there, starts fusing stuff and stuffing his pockets. Classic. Jinhook behavior. Suddenly, the auctioneer dude pops up. Super grateful for the save, tells Jinhook to keep the loot since he rescued Auction and his kid. Jinhook smooth walks out, already hunting for more drama. Claire, who the boss is here. Now, shifting to the third floor of the test tower. No X-Men here, just Cyclops and Jean looking to do dirt in the deep web soil. They enter the Aversion Cathedral mid-argument until Big Nose shows up. He's like, we're buddies who've survived 10 years, even if we constantly want to kill each other. Total frenemies vibe. Anyway, he summoned them, cause our boy, Jinhook hit the blacklist. The chick isn't exactly sweating it though, since her boss has climbed to the 20th floor, so Cyclops claims they got more XP since they live in the tower, but they can't even imagine that Jinhook is the psycho who already cleared all the tower floors. Mask guy knows not to sleep on him. The mission? Fort, both the tail, the hooded geezer. They split up, cut to Pal training upstairs. After nearly wrecking his bud, he calls you to watch a vid. It's MK Jinhook live streaming inside the Temple of Horn Trees on floor 3. If he aces the trees quiz, he snags a skill item. The questions are rigged, so nobody gets him right. Jinhook stands before the tree, ready for Kawan. She thought he was toast. Finally, the Tree says, answering everything nets him a special maple leaf. One wrong move, he's done. The first question asks about the depth and temp for the Kelgorn marine species. The squad watching thinks it's doomed, but Jinhook answers like, it's nothing. Tree hits him with the next one also, a breeze for Jin. In the end, he nailed every single one. As promised, the tree hands over the maple leaves and tells Jinhook to pick red, yellow, or green. According to Mr. Tree, red packs fire, yellow boosts defense, and green jacks up speed. Jino says she'd totally pick green for the boss fight, but Jinhook is spacing out, looking, it's giving rom-con vibes, but bro is just chasing those secret black leaves. Tree gets salty, knowing the deal, and tries to ghost the offer, but that fails with Jin. He bullies the tree till it coughs up the goods. Unlike basic loot, these leaves buff weapons and armor with a wicked corruption debuff for extra damage. That was the final piece. Now it's just about clapping the guards, who rushed him. Later, at the third floor entrance, guards saw chillin' saying it's easy since no psycho would show up. Here, but surprise, there's a weirdo for everything. Hooded Boomer and his squad rush in. Meanwhile, Jinhook's downstairs running his live stream. Chat is toxic, so he tells him to zip it, watch, or bounce. Jinhook is on some major trolling energy today, wanting to show off something fresh, without simping for views. Judging by chat, it's working. He senses a guest, so he cuts the stream with over 1 million subs watching. Suddenly, a wild scrap starts between Hood minions and the statues. Jinhook pulls up, they turn, but he pops Star Blessing and breezes past, wrecking everyone. With holy power, de Radio Proca, we lost Team 3. Jinhook is ruining plans since squads are key for controlling undead. If he drops more, the link snaps, and it's a beeline to the hooded geezer. But Jinhook don't stop. He rushes Team 1 with the statue backing him, crushing weirdos. Hooded guy rages, using the Pyramid Guardian. Dude says, it drains major mana. Skill summons golden mummies while Hoodie is gassed. Just casting it. He siphons energy from his back line. He's facing Jinhook full tilt. He sends out his OP army with insane attack and defense stats, which he saved for the boss. But Jinhook walks up to Hoodie, sticking his tongue out. Cyclops and Jean are in the back saying they ain't seen him this salty in ages, pushing him to use his ult. Cyclops says they don't need to jump in cause it's a wrap, but Jinhook is smooth, recalling when he learned pendulum, spirit, sword, arts, flow like wind. Then unleash power instantly. Thanks to system mastery, his skill level skyrocketed. He's bringing the old guy to his knees with magic vortex, the 5th Nirvana move of the pendulum spirit. Even with double shields, Hoodie got clapped. He tries to dip, but Jinhook spawns behind him. When you know you're losing, you run like a wuss. So Blondie. Mustove learned that from him since he did the same. Hoodie realizes the masked guy was actually too late. Now, he's visiting his student. Jinhook lights it all up, ending the old guy for good. He leaves, chugging mana potions, cause the next boss is up. Oblo of the 1,000 arms, so it's go time. The statues rush in, but Jinhook slices them up like snacks. Ninja moves? Sure, but slicing ain't enough, cause these creepy rocks just respawn and try to summon a magic tower. Too bad that plan totally flopped. One statue used a chess key to dial up something way nastier from beyond the portal. Seriously, we barely started, and they already snitched to the big boss Oflo of the 1,000 arms. Talk about overkill. Dude shows up looking all chill and overpowered, acting like he owns the place. He gives Jinhook props for guts, but basically says, nah, let's wrap this up. I need a nap. Wow, the disrespect is real. Apparently, sleeping beats chatting. Boss got salty, ready to delete humanity. He blasts a massive sonic boom that nearly wrecked Jinhook's shield. Okay, this guy's strength is no joke. One slip up, and it is absolute game over. He has got exactly one shot to pull this off. Statue Bro keeps pushing, so Jinhook drops some ice magic, making the boss cringe at the Western witchcraft. While he was busy Jinhook chucked a shield. Oflo caught it, acting all invincible. But joke's on him. Dario trap was the dagger stuck in his arm. Oflo smirks. Poison, please. But who said anything about poison? That is blood demon energy. It deals constant damage over time. So, Oflo just rips his own arm off. Savage! He figured the limb was useless, but he fell right into the trap. Jinhook snagged exactly what he needed. The jewel stuck in that arm. Oops. Boss realized he messed up. Jinhook pulls a pro move, mixing Oflo's book with the jewel to craft the Liturgy of the Golden Dawn. It is basically a dupe of Solomon's spellbook that boosts magic stats to the extreme. But nothing is perfect. Right, it is incomplete. So the buff is capped. Next, Our boy triggers the Eye of Gluttony, the copy quest. Mock the enemy for 5 minutes, use ice magic, and make a pretty sculpture. Trollin' is Jinhook's hobby, so easy money, but wait, he needs a soundtrack. A costume. Jinhook whips out a speaker because you cannot fight without. Toon's Oflo is totally confused while the beat drops. Jinhook rocks a blonde weakful Elsa mode. Let it go vibes, right? He looks so fab. The boss almost exploded from rage. Just kidding. The music was loud, enough to wake the dead. Boss triggers mandala and charges in full. Till Jinhook stays cool, literally firing an advanced ice wave. The peanut gallery is stunned. This guy played tunes, went blonde, and started blasting ice magic. Not even 2 of them could handle this statue monster. G wants to bail and call for backup, but Cyclops is thirsty for that promotion. Bad idea. If they bump into Jinhook now, they are toast. He is a total troll. Time to use the coin. Jinhook spots lurkers watching from above. One glance away, and he almost got smacked, but he dashes in with the glacial formation, chilling. Things are about to get icy, and not just because of the weather. Prepare for a free. They threw hands till Lofo popped his grid ult and machine gun barrage. Jinhook tanked it with ice walls. Cornetto of Ooh grabbed his spear to finish it, but while he yapping, Jinhook surged from below with glacial prison, trapping the clown in a gorgeous ice statue, giving the middle finger O. FO is raging inside. Peak comedy. Requirements met. MC Kopad Mundala, which buffs weapons with mental energy. It also lets you predict attacks like observation hockey. E-kick, another S-rank cheat code for Jinhook's collection. He uses mandala on the finger statue and yeets it straight into a foe who couldn't handle the disrespect and got loot acquired. Stone statue key. It summons the floor 3 boss. Skipping the grind. Turns out the tower is weird. Nighttime turns it into a frozen wasteland. Temps drop. Hard, most players dip, but some camp. So Jinhook wraps up a day of flexing by making dinner. He throws to shrimp on the fire, eating with his mask on. Finally, the mystery of how Power Rangers eat is solved. He's happy already, planning to grab a cooking skill next. But mid-snack too, randos pull up the X-Men duo asking to crash till sunrise. Like Jinhook didn't just clear the map, they sit down, grinning, while Chef Jinhook offers a shrimp. The girl is down to feast, but Cyclops blocks her. He knows Jin is sus and bets there are meds in the food. He doesn't trust masked weirdos. So Jinhook asks, want a face reveal? To feel safe, the NPCs get hype. But first, he invites them to a game. 3 questions each. If they answer all, the mask comes off. But 3 Qs means he's using Anubis power. Cyclops planned a cap to figure out who this guy was. So, they agree. Jin flips a coin to start. She picks heads, lands heads. Def rigged. She asks if he came with a squad. Jinhook says he's solo. His turn. Why were you hiding? She says they were camping for the right moment. Her turn. Why scale the tower? He talks nonsense until the last Q. Sure, there was some trickery. So thinking, she probes for info on his team. Jinhook claims he's solo. On his turn, he asks about their camping spot. She claims they were just waiting for the green light. Her turn again. Why climb? He babbles until the final question. Does the demonic human association actually think you clowns can take me? The woman smiles, admitting he's cracked, but assumes he's gassed from the wizard and OFO fight. She winds up for a cheap shot, but ... nothing happens. Literally 0 output. They're panicking, trying to figure out why the skill is bricked while Jinhook just stands up with his shrimp. Mana is glitching, thanks to Anubis's debuff, so Cyclops calls for plan B, but literally 0 things work. Jinhook just drops a plate, and suddenly the trees start powering up like crazy. Pop-ups appear asking who's gonna lead Anubis's vibe check. And Boomble Sky General and Red Underworld General get drafted. The wannabe X-Men duo is cooked. Since those generals are rushing them, turns out that meal wasn't just lunch. It was monster bait. Jinhook naps while watching the clowns run for their lives. Four Eyes tries to rush Jin, but our boy chills. Doesn't lift a finger because a totem spawns behind him with exemplary punishment. Cyclops gets flattened like a pancake. If he survives that, bro is built different. Now, Jean's sobbing, regretting her choices. When Jinhook pops up behind her, like let's chat, he tries to spam Eye of Gluttony, but RNG says, nope, bad luck. So he just starts yapping. He knows their demonic secrets, but asks, why are you messing with players? What's the tea? Just as she's about to spill, Cyclops wakes up screaming, shut it, told ya he's alive, just his back is wrecked. But then, the totem returns to permaban him for good. She's shaking in her boots, begging for mercy. So, Jinhook slides over. Is your info worth saving your skin? She starts singing like a canary, says the big boss word. the hit on him, and there are 11 more. She adds, if they snag all 12 cursed divine artifacts, they survive, even if humanity gets wiped. Plus, there's a bounty for capturing one. Gluttony. I confirms she's not lying. Jinhook figures the villains plotting to summon the demon king with those 12 items. He thanks her, but she's itching to bail. Not so fast. Gotta sign the contract first. Yup, the infamous slap in the face deal. Boom, we got another sly mean employee for Jinhook's corp. Next day, he tells the chat he's not streaming the boss raid. He uses the key to summon the floor 3 master. The cave, heartthrob. Even his ice skill glitches out. The boss starts bragging. Countless armies tried to beat me, but Jinhook's the first 2 solo queue against his army of 100,000, but Jinhook brought backup. Today, via a secret, he whips out the auction chessboard and spawns 2,800 mana-charged pieces. Boz is totally confused, but hold up, it gets better. He feeds gigantification pills to the chess squad, making them go colossal mode. This whole play, calculated, his partner company had to grind hard, crafting these with Fireball Yuri and the gang. Squad, mount up. We're pushing forward. The real boss fight starts now. 3rd floor, baddie time. Jinhook makes a pro gamer move, charging the boss. ... Then pauses just to trash talk. Says he's too weak to climb. Voices in his head say this: Guardian can actually level up. Pretty boy boss just cracks up at the idea, laughs it off as bait, but then launches a kick. A right-footed went from 0 to 100 fast. Calm before the storm. Nah. Wave 1 incoming. Jinhook reacts. Pops the first chessboard skill. Buffs the whole squad. Attack and defense up 30%. Cheswar is on. Sends 2 pawns out. Frontline turtles up on defense. Enemy pushes hard. Shields hold. Backline rains. Arrows. Arrows from above. Bad guys block. So we trigger the fire nuke. Flame and attack wipes. Wave 1. Pretty boy sends the next batch. Jinhook takes the knights to flank. Activates ... wedge formation. 200% damage spike on impact. Boss stops smiling. Casts weakness detection. He sees the rules. Break the crown. Game over. Only king or queen can hold it. Stats get buffed. 100%. Boss thinks he's just smashed the crown, but Jinhook is empty-handed. He's the crownless king. Vampire Queen is guarding the loot. Boss thinks it's free. Sends scouts. Jinhook ignores the bait. Keeps the army pushing mid. Gets close to the main mob. Knows boss left the lane open on purpose. Boss gloats. You entrusted the win con to a random girl. You lose. Asks the statues if there's a real player to fight. Jinhook just smirks. Flashback to the pregame lobby. She asked if he could solo the boss face. He teased, you scared? She raged so hard. He asked, can you hold the rear? She's like, crushing 10,000 of them. Piece of cake. Enemy swarm surrounds the vampire. She gives him the look. Pops, blood spears dead. Boom. Blood explosion. Yeets the mobs into the void. She wipes the floor with M. Boss loses it. Jinhook steps up. Spear out. Blood demon art. Just saying hi with a new debuff. Mental collapse. Deals continuous damage and confuses the target. Can't tell friend from foe? Friendly fire. Engaged. Jinhook blasts it. Skill is so OP it turns. Mobs switch sides. Giants start brawling each other. Boss is shaken up there. Jinhook triggers glacial formation. Blocks the rear exit. Game over. Man, guy failed at everything. Tries to run like an old geese. Lucky break. The tank blocked the hit. So Jinhook launches up. Sensing his mandala with the ice trap. Checkmate, baby. 1 arrow straight to the giant's heart. He can finally bounce since the 3rd floor boss is toast. The 4th floor unlocks in 90 days, so it's break time. Jinhook's crew and all of Korea got the clear notification. Level complete. Meanwhile, Jinhook makes an epic exit. Beating that boss gave him massive XP, so he dumped all his new stats into mana. Now for the loot. Bosses drop color-coded chests. Usually, you just get trash tier red boxers on these lower floors. But the system simps for Jinhook, giving him an orange one. Gotta be his Monopoly skill rigging the art. He pockets the loot. That skill only pulls the good stuff. Back at HQ, the suits are breathing easy. Jinhook won. They're calling him humanity's new hero for buying them. 90 days of prep time before the next Hell of Hell opens. One guy is salty though, worried Jinhook will steal the spotlight. Teresa's like, are you for real right now? Without Jinhook, they'd still be failing with that old guy. Nobody argues because she's spitting straight facts. Teresa rage quits, the council right then and there. They try to stop her yelling about rules, but she just ignores the noise and walks out. She's Team Jinhook. Cut to our boy chillin' at a beach resort until ring ring. Jino calls, totally panicking. Her grandpa isn't waking up. Dude is the nuclear fist, a total legend in the game. She's famous for hitting like a truck, just like him. Jinhook rushes over. She's a mess, crying over her comatose gramps. Apparently, He went berserk when the tower first showed up. This was back when he picked up his first 2 teammates. Even after awakening, he kept having these violent episodes. Now he's stuck in a coma. Jinhook checks the stats. Holy cow, the old man is jacked. To copy his skills, Jinhook needs to save him from death's door. Enter the buzzkill doctor, acting all high and mighty. He mocks Yano for bringing a celebrity fighter to a hospital. Jinhook just death stares him until the guy backs off. The doc scuttles away while Yano sobs about zero progress. The quack claims they're doing their best against Mystery Tower diseases. Jano begs Jinhook for help. Jinhook uses his eye skill and sees right through the lies. The docs are whispering, "How long do we have to fake this?" Wow, caught in 4K. They aren't curing anything, just chatting and scamming Yano for cash. That shady quack. That smirk vanished real quick when Jinhook got in his face, calling out the thief. Totally scamming her. The doc tried to cap, but Iru shut it down. Dude thought he was the main character. Even if he got busted, he figured there was zero chance they'd find the loot. Like, hidden crypto wallets are untraceable, right? But that was his big mistake. He was dead wrong because Jinhook's gluttony, I was already spying on him, reading every thought. Jinhook pressed him while the other doctors tried to object, calling him a liar. But the guy's internal monologue was panicking about his secret meet with the Black Cloud Guild and a resident. Now that he caught Jinhook's attention, a so-called resident, Jinhook was suspicious. No way that white-haired dude met a real one. 'Cause 2 actual residents, humans are just tower-wrecking intruders to be squashed. Just hostile aliens. Suddenly, the old man coughed blood, and the fake doc tried to dip. Jinhook didn't even need to chase the fleeing fraud this time, 'cause Yana high-kicked him, stopping him cold right at the door. If Gramps goes, you go to. Jinhook told her to chill out though. Sip some chamomile tea. Healing comes first. Then the quack tried to make lame excuses. Said he was fetching seizure meds, but she just booted him straight in the face. Right in the kisser. Jinhook immediately summoned that special elixir he got from the disciples' stash. He dumped it on Gramps, but not in a normal way. Look at that face. I'd bolt if I woke up next to that scary mug. The potion hit instantly. Veins vanished, and Yana was crying happy tears. Conditions cleared. He successfully copied the true celestial flower technique. Time to cultivate like a flower, soaking up sun photosynthesis style. But really, it's a skill that just sucks mana straight out of the atmosphere. Use it once, and boom, your mana recovery jumps up by 30%. Plus, instant glow. The quack was sweating buckets by this point. He signaled his crew to bail while everyone was distracted. But, nope, didn't work for the new. Iru came flying in for a little chat. Well, not really a chat, he just dragged the dude and yeeted him into the other room. Jinhook's like, I don't kill people, but said he'd let the quack walk if he refunds every stolen dime. The guy stalled, so Jinhook gave him the look. That nightmare fuel stare. Suddenly, ding, 30-6. Billion one hit the bank account. Money sent. The quack ran for his life. But sneaky Jinhook was watching from above. He let the doc go on purpose, to see who he meets. No time for the vampire to slack off now. She tailed the quack to locate their secret base for Jinhook to analyze later. Jinhook got to the hospital later. Everyone had dipped because Gramps was faking sleep. He popped up to have a real talk with Jinhook asked about the drama that day. Gramps was heading to a conference when a portal full of monsters crashed the party. He fought him off while cops cleared the area. But these monsters seemed controlled by a human. That dude slashed him, and after that, he blacked out completely. From the description Gramps gave, long hair, Eastern vibes, that means the Murim faction. Rulers of the 21st floor are already making moves. Jinhook told him, those are the tower residents. Then he switched the subject. Asking about Yano, Smiley Gramps offers his granddaughter for marriage. Age gave him crazy intuition. They say 10,000 hours makes a master. Jinhook grinded 50,000 in-game. He's built different. Enough nerd talk. Gramps wants to repay his savior. Name your price. It can be anything. Jinhook, playing cool, asks for a reward. Finally, we're at a top-tier hotel to unwind. Expensive spot. So he orders the whole menu. Beats the ramen-only diet he lived on before. Vamp is watching TV. The host introduces a Conquest Pro, a ranker from a huge Korean guild. Big applause. He's yapping on air about 2 ways to get strong. First, level up skills. Who didn't know that? Second, obviously, is cash. What a genius. Jinhook heads to bed, while the vamp steals the wine for a solo party. They keep chatting. Beat floor 3. Get first dibs on floor 4. It's a special dungeon. 100 waves, massive scale. Clear condition. Occupy and defend the base. Just like those MMO, tower, defense, missions. Protect or die. But if you fail to defend, the 4th floor locks for 20 days. 0 entry. So the first team, Toulouse, gets clowned on for eternity. Won't happen. Jinhook is taking that W. However, he brings up that 90-day timer. If we fail, humanity gets deleted. Thanks, system. Cut to Jinhyuk shredded, taking a shower. You can see the glow-up from Chapter 1. Dude is jacked. The TV player flirts with the host, asking her out. But bad luck strikes. He hops in the car, and the system interrupts. 4th floor conquest starts in 8 hours. Traff, gotta gather the rankers who are already chasing him. The top guilds were snoozing, betting Jinhyuk would slack off for the whole 90 days he earned. But nope, Dawn is Brigand and our boy wakes up next to the vampire roommates. It's a total fanfic dream coming true, except for one tiny detail. She needs more mana to grow up and give Jinhyuk those smooches anyway. Enough romance, let's talk about the 4th floor. It's basically a horde mode with 100 waves of zombies. Players have 2 main ways to survive this nightmare mess. Fight or pay Cass. Guess kidding. You actually have to pick. Defend a base. That's the normie strat. But we aren't normal. Are we? Jinhyuk's the first one in? Total speedrunner vibes. With 20 minutes till the gates open for everyone else. He uses his early access perk, choosing the absolute best stronghold. He snagged the Sangam World Cup Stadium. Go big or go home. Ticket popped, base locked. Jinhyuk immediately got busy, planning some nasty traps. Once his prep work was done, he zipped back to the spawn point. It's a total mosh pit now. The squad rolls up, Makai Yano, and of course, Teresa, who is finally wearing casual clothes. They all answered the call. Teresa's free since she rage quit her guild and slammed the door on her way out, says hanging with him beats the drama. She noticed the big shots scheming in the back, but Yano is nervous to 4-man party for this zombie apocalypse. It's gonna be brutal, but for Jinhyuk, chaos is just extra fun. That's exactly why he picked the stadium. When he told them, they turned pale. That map is basically suicide mode on hard. You usually need 100 players. Teresa calls him a pervert, but a talented one. He claims it's an XP farming heaven. Teresa's confused. Don't we need 5 people minimum to enter? Jinhyuk grins. Last members inbound. 1 person left. Right on cue. Sword freak Young storms in, screaming murder. He wants blood. Jinhyuk spammed him while he was training, telling him to sprint to the 4th floor right now. Young ignored it until the annoying taunts started flooding in. I'll beat you with one arm tied. Still, Young stayed Then, I'll do it, blindfolded. That got his attention. Finally, the "Are you a man or a mouse?" text broke him. So here he is, ready to brawl. Jinhyuk just laughs it off. With that dull blade, he talks Young into helping first, promising him a fire buff and a duel later. The squad is set. Jino then hands over the 2 swords his grandpa sent. The twin dragon swords. Remember that favor from the hospital? Jinhyuk opens a box and finds a note attached. Dowry. Wait, dowry, as in a wedding gift from the bride's family? Looks like Gramps is still pushing the marriage plot hard. Lockdown. Nah, we know who's bae. Buckle up, fam, cause we gotta guard a huge base with 5 dudes. Suddenly, ops from the enemy side pull up claiming they snatched the stadium as HQ. Peeping that sword logo. Yeah, Jinhyuk's eyes are sharper than 4K. These goons are Murim from the 21st floor. Looks like the scammer was right. These locals are flexing their reach. Outside the tower, now 4 Eyes wants to throw hands with Jinhyuk for ghosting. Beanie bro? Dude literally in himself as Namgo. Jinhyuk left him on read. They raged, screaming, "Do you know who I am?" Threatening to wreck his squad for dissing the Namgong clan. Jinhyuk clapped back. Your clan's got 0 rep to save. They got salty, pulling blades, while Jinhyuk scanned their stats. The copy quest. Spot all Murim campers hiding in the triad. Teresa pulls up like, what's the play? Duh! We throw in hands with everything. Gangster yells, charge, and Jino grinning, is ready to punt some weirdos. Mech dude instantly spawns. A tank mid-stadium, loaded with guns. She pops her. No retreat skill. Can't miss Teresa tanking the back. Sword drawn. Jinhyuk asks Young. Stall beanie, 3 minutes. I gotta pee. Fight starts. Young Sloshy's here, Teresa there. Buffin' stats with paladin vibes. Plus, missiles roasting. NPCS, while the ops panic. Finally, dude swings at Young. Young trips, hits the dirt. Guy wants smoke, goes king mode. Young had to roll, cause he was getting worked. Sword nearly bunks him, but Teresa tanks it. Our boy Jinhyuk returns. Fire blazing, surrounding the dude. Guy jumps, tries to slash midair, thinking he's safe. Big mistake. Jinhyuk froze his foot to the floor, popped daylight for the chaos. Dude thought it was GG's, but long hair saves the princess. Blockin' G. Now the whole squad is exposed. Copy conditions. Jinhyuk baited them out, or they die. He even snagged infinite steps. Fused it with sword tomb. Got Demon King steps. Speed up 70% plus attack. Damage if you charge mana in your feet. Guy's shaken. People clowning him for being washed. Bad luck fighting? Jinhyuk the goat, yells you, interfered, but without help he'd be floored. Longhair says, zip it, but he knows. Fusing infinite steps with sword tomb. Now he's rocking Demon King steps. That's a 70% speed boost. Plus, attack damage. If he focuses mana in his kicks, guy is shaken cause folks are roasting him for being washed up. Tough luck facing Jinhyuk, the literal best. He screams, you meddled, but let's be real. Without backup, he'd be floor to core. Longhair says zip it, but tower crew, they are totally shook, but that one dude just stares. He won't quit, tries to slice Jin again, but gets blocked hard. Longhair stops him, gotta dip. Zombie wave 1 is incoming. They bail, but Longhair screams, I will be back for you. Once the undead clear out, lucky break, their new crib, a supermarket base, perfect spot for snacks and brawls. Despite one huge fail, oops, here come the beasts. The squad is doubting the plan, but chill out fam. These plants are straight up op. Jin has distraught. Huddle up, here is the tea. We are playing defense now. Peep that flag dead center. This massive arena has 4 huge gates, one each way. He planted his leafy boys at every spot. So, long as they chill, we guard the flag and bag the sweet loot. For racking up kills on this huge map. Those plants wrecked most of the zombie mob solo, but they gotta recharge their batteries sometimes. So Yang's guarding west. Don't scrub out, like before, bruh. Being all cocky versus Miram nearly got you poon. Seriously, if Blondie hadn't saved you. Anyway, machine guns, mid to assist. The squad and scout, hotheads north, and Teresa takes south. Everyone get to your spots. Time to test drive these bad boys. The twin swords, machine gun signals the start. Cause here, they come, let's rock. But wait, our classy gal Teresa is totally crushing on Jin. Poor girl doesn't know she's fighting a huge rival, our fave vampire queen. Then the zombies rushed. From everywhere, magic plants went hard, chucking fireballs. At the mob till nap time, wave 1 cleared. Wave 2 hits in 3 hours. Cut to those noobs who struggled earlier. Baldy is with them, streaming a vid from the system. Apparently, the Miram crew is getting carried by the Divine Tower at the market, but then some dude calls Baldy over. Yo look, 5. Peeps holding Sangam Stadium. He's gonna flip out, I swear. That map is massive. On screen, Teresa and the gang are absolutely shredding zombies. The dude watching is totally simping for Teresa since she saved his bacon in that dungeon. Where we met Vampy, wave 1 done. We snagged 1,800. Solar energy. That's the juice, we need to buff the plants. They're gonna be tanks now. Winning waves just makes M. Swaller, now everyone grabs a plant buddy for their zone. Janawa picked one. But we need special fertilizer to speedrun growth. Let's cook. Dried cow pies, grass, dung beetles, worms, ... Bam, super plant chow ready? Jinhook rolls up. Feed him this mix. So they hulk out, gotta guard the plants till the next wave while he cleans up. So Jinhook dips for a walk, while the squad preps for a grind, but grinding is for chumps. Jinhook loves cheese. He hops into a building, finds a mirror. Mirror. Who's the OP boss here? Touches the glass, and teleported to the supermarket. Roof. Right where the Miram haters are chilling. That nervous dude is smashing walls, desperate to hunt. Jinhook. Baldy's plotting, wondering how he got caught. Thinking, should I end him? Suddenly, the ground quakes. Monster plants burst out. It's a welcome prank. They're so tame, they devoured the whole food stash. Baldy yells, stop, you don't know what you're messing with. Jinhook was gossip about the queen was spreading, and rumor had it. ... He knew the spawn glitch. Wreck a base, housing over. ... 200 noobs, before wave 3. Boom. 4th floor boss. The zombie mommy herself. And this was totally master plan all along. Those dudes played right into his hand. So our boy hops up, ready for some chaotic fun with the ... survivors. Nope. Supermarket's toast. At the stadium ... They see the smoke. Yana's suspicious. Did Jin -HUK ... pull this prank? Just then, a system alert. Special event. 4th floor guardian. The queen is moving to wreck ... Some scrub. Panic sets in, but Yang realizes the mess. ... Jinhook cooked up. High on the roof, Mick whips out ... loot from the floor 3 boss. The sun-blocking stone ... a relic that deletes daylight to summon shadows. Light skills get nerfed 50%, but shadow moves, a 100% boost. He crushes the rock, and ... lights out. Zombies get double buffed while Teresa ... holy powers drop by half. Total nightmare for the squad. Hero or troll, who knows? The queen targets the stadium ... for a full raid. You can imagine the faces down there. While Jinhook chills on the roof with the best view. New vid drops, and the comments section goes wild seeing the supermarket debris and the secret boss reveal. That clip shot straight to the top 10 trending list. Yana's crew lost it. Teresa asks, did he blow that up? The Sion cuts in. Who cares? How do we kill this thing? Jinhook grins. I got a plan, and Yan is the key player. Zombies, 100% stronger, rush to Stadia. While the queen claims RMC as her prey, the rest, monster chow. But hey, cliffhanger. One more var, copycat genius. Smash that sub button and I'll catch you in the next episode.